Hey everybody, it's Wanetah and Jason, and today we are going to talk about email marketing, why it is so important to build an email list, and we're also going to do a how-to tutorial on sending out an email blast using HighLevel. So, Jason, take it away.
That's right. And I think email is one of the most important things in any business, but it's often overlooked. It's often something that people say they'll wait till later to do. They want to try all these other hustles. But email over the years has been the most consistent thing because you actually own the list, right? If Facebook shuts your account down or TikTok has shut down our account several times for various reasons, we lose that audience that we've been building, right? But email, we can just move over to a different provider and start sending emails out again, as assuming that we've gotten permission to send those people emails, right? So I'm going to pull up our little cheat sheet here just to show you. So first of all, email marketing with high level, why it's important to build an email list. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I think I touched on that, but part of the reasons again is that it's your own list, it's your own database of people that you can move to any location. Any other reasons why you think email is important, Juanita?
Yeah, well, I think you nailed it with number one. It's so important to own your audience, right? Like how Jason mentioned, a lot of us focus on building up our followers on social media platforms or our subscribers, and that is important, right? But you don't own that, like Jason said. So it's out of your control. If someone shuts you down for some reason, they decide that you just no longer belong on their platform, then you've just lost your total audience. And not just that, your business along with it, right? So that is the main reason. Another reason I think that email, uh, being able to just keep that at top priority is because a lot of times people focus on, okay, well, what am I going to sell? I have this product that I want to sell, or maybe you change whatever product or service it is throughout the years that you're selling. And the number one question that we get is, how do I get clients? And so what you have to realize is that most people don't change their emails the way that they change addresses, right? Or the way that you even change your social media handles or whatever. Like you tend to keep that email address because you have so much history, right? So having someone's email is a lifelong relationship, and no matter how you evolve, if you go from like we have totally reinvented our lives, right? But like every business opportunity or every service that we've ever provided, we still have those people that we're in contact with, and they are evolving as well. Right. So no matter what that state of you are in your journey, they are in, sometimes a very parallel place. So you never know who you talked to 10 years ago in real estate or acting in film and television that now needs, a software to
Yep.
market for their customers because they're now a small business owner, right? So having that is just so important. It's something that you can continue to stack and continue to have a direct line of communication, no matter where that person goes in their life. To possibly strike up a whole new working relationship with them.
Yeah, totally true. And the best part, in my opinion, is that you have the ability to press a button and reach people, right? Right now, even with going live on Instagram or putting a post on Facebook, I still have to wait for that person to see it. And it's all up to the algorithm gods, as people like to say, of it being actually shown to them. With this, I know at least I have sent something out and it's landing in an inbox somewhere. Now, whether they open it, that is a whole other video we'll probably make about how to do popular subject lines and have intriguing emails and things like that. But really, at least now I've distributed something to somebody and I have a chance of them actually seeing it. So I have a higher likelihood of them seeing my message.
Oh, that's really good too. And that just made me think of this. There's no accident that when you get a text message, if you check that text message, it just goes away. You cannot mark unread on your text messages. And that reason is because they want us to be plugged into our phones 24/7, right? And it's working. Obviously, it's working. But with an email, you can actually read it or leave it and mark it as unread, right? for a very long time. So I can't tell you how many times that like we created something, a template or something, snapshot that we put up for sale, months ago, years ago, that someone just finds one day, they just open that email and they make the purchase. And as long as our funnel is still up there out in the world, then we just make money from something that we did a long time ago. So in this way, it's really powerful because you might send out an email on Monday and it's Monday, so they're not going to check it. But it's like, on the weekend, maybe they pick Saturdays or Sundays, they go through their emails and now they have mental space to really look at what you're trying to offer, right? So that's a big thing about emails that's really powerful. And then the other thing I would say about an email is that it's really easy to share. So, I'll give Facebook kudos for this. Like, Facebook is just a very shareable thing, right? Like, I can share something on Instagram as well. But it's just not as easy to like, if I get an email, I do this to Jason all the time, where I'll get an email and I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. I'm just going to forward it over to Jason. You know what I mean? And so there's the link right there. It's all very clickable. So that's another great reason I think email is so powerful.
Yeah, it's something that, we've had times in our lives where we had to totally take focus off of our business and go help family, or there was, situations where we needed to be more present with family and couldn't focus on business. And just the ability to wake up early, send an email out, and then
Mm.
money starts coming in while you're dealing with other things in your life is incredible. I couldn't have spent all day going live on Instagram, or coming up with, responding to a bunch of people via Facebook. So all those reasons and many more, email is important. We'll talk a lot more about how to build email lists in future videos, but one way that we've been doing it, some of you that are watching this video have probably already gone there, but we have this site, freesaasclass.com. You go there, you can get a bunch of our courses and ultimately be a part of our group and get updates on what's going on with High Level and all kinds of other cool stuff that we're rolling out next year. But people are going here, they're pressing this button and filling out their information. So this is the bulk of where, when we go into High Level and actually show you how to send an email, this is where a majority of those people have landed to get on our email list in the first place.
Yeah, and if you are very interested and you want a whole video on email marketing and how to build your list, how to build your audience, comment below and let us know, and then we'll put something out like that.
Yep, absolutely. Cool. So I think we have the idea here about why email is important. I'm going to show you inside of High Level how to just set up your custom domain, because you're going to need an email domain to send from. And then we'll actually go in and create the email for a special that's going on with High Level, very meta today, right? So we're going to be sending an email through High Level about High Level to people that are interested in High Level. So all there for you, but we'll show you in the process how to do it all. So inside of, whoops, that's revealing the secret. Uh, so inside
It
of
was
High
a
Level,
teaser,
a little
teaser
teaser.
trailer for y'all.
So inside of High Level, all you do once you have the account that you want to send the emails from, and obviously you'll have an email list either uploaded from another service or you're generating it the way that I just showed you with our free SaaSclass.com. That's a funnel that's built on High Level that all the leads are going in to our High Level account. But once I'm in here, if you've never sent an email before, you're just going to go to email services, and then you're going to set up a dedicated domain and IP. Now, this used to be so much harder in High Level. You had to go to a place called Mailgun, and that set up an account and then figure out all the configurations and everything. This literally takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes. You have to have a domain that you're sending from. So we have ghl.pro, obviously. Um, so we just click here, we go through the little prompt. Within about 2 or 3 minutes, it will now allow me to send emails from our email hello@ghl.pro. So now all the emails that come out of the system are coming from that domain. You can't do a personal Gmail account. You can, but it's just the deliverability is really low. So I would recommend investing, especially if you're going to be selling this as a software. I recommend buying a domain for $10 on GoDaddy or something and using that as your email that you're sending from. Okay. Now, we got that part done. If you have questions about that, you can put them down below. We'll make some more detailed videos, but really it's very simple. Once you go through these prompts, it walks you right through how to do it. So once we have that set up, then we just go into our marketing tab here. and we go to emails and then campaigns. So marketing, emails, campaigns. And once this loads, we're going to be sending an email out. I told you it's going to be about high level, but what about high level are we sending out, Juanita?
We are sending out the holiday sale,
That's right.
which
So high
is an
level,
awesome one. So we are going to talk about that.
yeah. Now, if you're watching this sometime that not is not during the holiday period, these sales are probably over. But if you're watching this fresh out the gate, you can take advantage of these, and I think they're incredible deals. So I'll kind of walk you through what they are and what we're going to be sending out to our list. So if you are new to High Level, if you've never signed up for an account, or maybe you had an account in the past but it didn't work out, and now you want to try it again, there's no better time than around the holidays to get started because of the sales that they have. And we'll have links down below to these in the video as well. But if you're brand new, you can get 50% off for the next 3 months on any of these plans. So the starter plan, which is the $97 a month plan, you get 3 months of that for $48.50 per month. The unlimited plan, which gives you unlimited sub accounts that you can resell, that's $297 a month, but you can obviously get 3 months half off, $148.50 per month. And then if you want everything, the ability to resell high level unlimited accounts and also be able to mark up like things like email and text messages, meaning if your clients send out emails or they send out text messages, you can have a little margin on top of that and rebill them for those things. And what else was it? Advanced API access. You can do split testing. So does this landing page convert better than this landing page? Also, it will create the sub accounts for you, meaning if somebody signs up for your software, it will automatically send them an email with a login and password and everything. Inside of this plan, you have to do that manually, which if you're just starting out, that's okay. But as you're scaling up, that becomes kind of a pain in the butt. So
Yeah, and also the SaaS configurator is great as well because that's going to allow you to create the bundles of what you want to sell, put all the tools and services together, and then name your price as well.
exactly. Yep. So any of these are great options depending on where you are. Even if, as Juanita brought up my attention earlier, if you're doing the $97 a month plan at 48.50 over 3 months, that's a little less than $150, right?
Hmm.
But if you did a 30-day or if you did a 14-day trial for the 97, then over the next 3 months, you're paying about $300 for this. So you're getting all of this clearly for
Half off.
48.50. Yeah, half off.
Yep.
So
It's
anyway,
not it's just not gonna be cheaper, so, if you know that you really wanna jump in and, it's gonna take some time, especially if you know you've gotta get acquainted, you have to learn some things. This is still gonna be the cheapest way, for you and give you the most amount of time because 3 months is a great time limit to get you in there and acclimated and really at least learning and feeling really confident about one service or one tool that you want to present and get your company rolling. So, it's just not going to get any cheaper than this. And it's also going to give you that relief of, I have 3 months, right? And nothing is going to change. I'm not really trying to beat the clock as if you were going to do a free trial because there's always I don't know, because you might be somebody who like really needs that push and wants to race the clock. But if not, and you just know, like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be really steady about it, and I'm doing it no matter what, that you can't beat this price.
yeah.
So,
And if you already know you have 10 people in mind that you think would be a great fit for the software, then I would highly recommend just starting with this one because you're going to get unlimited accounts at half off for the next 3 months. So it gives you a nice ramp up period that is not, I mean, one client, you could almost all the way cover this depending on what you're charging $200 a month, you already have it covered, and then you can move on from there. But
yeah.
well, the focus of this video is more about the email sending. I just wanted you guys to know if you're watching this fresh that this is a great deal to do. And then if you're an existing customer, there'll be links down below for this too, but you can upgrade to a higher tiers as well or get a bunch of savings on this. So they have a cool little scratch off thing which gives you a bunch of specials here. So I'm not going to totally scratch it off because basically what I'm
Right.
doing, just because it takes a while to do, but I'll
Oh, okay. I'm like, it looks fun. Why not?
it's a lot of fun. But I want to take a screenshot without these on here because I'm
Right
gonna.
on.
So I'm gonna refresh this. I'm gonna take a screenshot of these things because I'm going to be putting those screenshots into my promo email that I send out. So they're something that people can click on. I'm going to screenshot this. And these are just elements that I'm going to put into my holiday email. So I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit. Start scratching this just a little bit so they can see. And then I'll Control Shift 4. Awesome. So I have two images that I'm going to use in just a moment. Now I'll bring you over to the HighLevel email builder and we'll get these ready to go.
Did you already screenshot that? We didn't see it.
Oh, I don't know why.
I don't know, but maybe they saw it.
Okay.
Did you
Cool.
see
So
it? Let me know in the
let
comments
us
if you
know down
saw it
below.
because I
Yeah.
did not see it. Okay.
All right, so all we do here is we hit new, and it's going to bring us to the actual email builder. And I've done a few of these. I think this is a newer account, so I don't have a ton of emails in here. I'm just going to do blank campaign. And then if you wanted to set up like a template, because you always have your header at the top and you always have your signature at the bottom, all that, you can do it. I'm just going to kind of start from scratch here. Easy enough, says start from scratch. So we're going to name this our holiday sale so I know what it is when we're moving. So all you do is you clear out this start from scratch and then you can start typing your email. I already have created an email. We're going to need to go in and adjust it. You can also, if you didn't know, HighLevel has AI built into their email builder as well. So you can just hit this AI guy or gal, generate with AI, put what you want it to write in there. Want to just see an example of that since we're here? Let's see.
Promotional?
What do you think? Something else?
No, I think it's promotional.
Okay.
Was I like promotional? Really? I meant promotional, like
Content title,
high
little
level holiday sale.
holiday sale.
Write an email promoting high levels holiday sale. Honestly, what I was really stuck on was you uh, being PC about the gender of an AI bot.
Yeah,
Like,
there you go.
I'm just like it doesn't have a gender, right?
Yeah, sure. All right. Writing tone. You like bold?
I always like bold. There's another one. If you scroll down, or is it all? Oh, grumpy is my jam. Just kidding. Persuasive. Persuasive can.
Get a
Let's
little
see what
too.
persuasive does though.
All right. Because I
For
already have an email written, so we may not even use
oh,
any of
cool.
these, but we'll do medium.
I think
Hit
we should do
generate.
large.
We'll go back and do large if this doesn't work.
The more you have, you know.
Dear valued customer, 'tis the
Right
season
on.
to be jolly. And what better way to celebrate than HighLevel's holiday sale? We are thrilled to announce for the next 30 months. Nope. You can enjoy a whopping 50% off. Maybe I put that on accident. At HighLevel, we see it's a little too corporate-y for me.
Well, it's just okay. They gave
Uh,
you more than one variation, right?
yeah. At HighLevel, we understand that the holiday season is time for
Yep.
giving and spreading joy.
Nope.
Okay, let's try a different one.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Do you crave a break from the monotony of everyday life? Well, we have just the solution for you. High Levels Holiday Sale. So this is like I mean, actually it's doing really well for the limited amount of information that we gave it
Right.
to sell it. So it's really our fault, but it's fun to show you guys.
Yeah, and we've sometimes written these, like especially if it's like a webinar promo and you give it a bit more information, it does a really good
Mhm.
job of at least giving you a framework to put something in there, and then you can go in and kind of tweak it. So I love that
Absolutely.
AI is built into a majority of this stuff.
Yes, me too. Because it really is helpful. I mean, but it's not going to do everything for you. You still have to give it enough information, right?
Right.
Um, for it to be factual.
Yeah. So let's paste in
We're just going to go in and
our.
get our email that we already have.
Yeah, I think it's good to show you guys what we had, and we're going to rewrite this one as well, but I'm going to copy this top half here and just paste it in here. Then let me get the bottom half.
This is from our Cyber Monday sale or
Hmm.
Black Friday sale.
Yeah, so there's, you guys can see here all the stuff as we're writing this, all the stuff that you get when you use our link to sign up with High Level. Okay, so it's a wall of text right now, which I don't like to do. I
Hmm.
like to split it up, but I wanted to get
Yes.
all the information here. We'll tweak the copy here, and then I'll go in and add the images. So let me know what you think as you read through this. All right, so we have High Level always gives the biggest discounts for the holidays, so take advantage of these massive savings. New customers, see deals, new customers. Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to do. So new customers, I do the image there, and then existing customers, I did an image underneath, and then I have
Okay.
scratch to see. So what we'll do is copy this, so I can make a copy of this top block that I have. So now I have two blocks that are the same. Going to delete, and it duplicates the block. So if you've ever used any other email builder like a MailChimp or anything, this works very similar. They have like a menu of items over here that you can drag over to this. So I'm just going to do an image and drag it right underneath. And then now it gives me this. I just have to replace this image with the screenshot that I took. You can create an image with AI, or you can upload from your computer. So I just find the image on my computer. And then as this loads, I just double click it. All right, so now we have our image loaded in here. That's just the top one. Now I want to make this clickable. So sometimes people will see an image. Sometimes you can even do it with like a video thumbnail with a little play button on it. But I like to do it just anytime I have an image, I like to make them clickable just in case. So the link here, we're going to copy this link, which is the link to our affiliate link that forwards to this page. And when I get over here, click the image and then link, I paste in there. Now, if somebody taps on that image, I got to hit save, I think, at the bottom. When somebody taps on that image, it's going to link them over to our affiliate link and to this promo. With
Them.
this, yep. Same with this thing up here. I'm going to just make sure it's linked properly. Yep. If it wasn't, I would just paste the URL up here as well. Awesome. So those two are done. Now we just have to do the one for existing customers, because that sends them to a different landing page. So we're going to go through the same process here, which is dragging an image down here, going to tap this little button to upload a new image, find that image on my computer.
So, Jason, how do you get two different links for how do we get two different affiliate links for new customers versus existing customers?
So they're inside. If you're a high level affiliate, they have a dashboard that shows you your affiliate links for everyone brand new, which is a majority of people. And then all the people that are existing customers, there's a special link that you have to send to those people. If
Gotcha.
somebody signs up for this plan and then they upgrade later on to this, as long as they haven't used anyone else's link, then they'll be upgraded on your plan. So typically, you don't
Okay.
have to have them do it. All right, so we're just going to attach this upgrade link on this image, and then we'll be done with that part. Whoops, that's not what I need to do. All right, so I just link it over here, hit save. So now the top half of our email is done. The bottom half will be much easier. But all we do is we're going to clean up this copy here at the top. All the links should be working perfectly. And I duplicated that box from earlier, so remember I just have to delete this part. Now we can read through the copy a little bit, Wanetah, and see if you want to change anything. Obviously, we have some Cyber Monday stuff that we need to clear out of here.
Yeah. So, high level holiday sale is closing soon, right?
Hmm.
And our title, High Level always gives the biggest discounts for the holiday season, for the holidays. So take advantage of these massive savings. New customers see deals here. That's clickable. The picture's clickable. Existing customers see here. That is clickable. Scratch and see how much you can save. It's massive and awesome. Okay, and so that's clickable. That's clickable. Here's a rundown of what you get. New customers, 50% off. First 3 months. The link, that's good. Existing customers varies by plan, but upgrade and get 3 months free on annual plans. Varies by plan. Do we need that?
Um,
How about, I mean, they're going to click the link and you know what I mean? Varies by plan. It's just kind of confusing.
okay.
That just deters me personally. So upgrade and get 3 months free on annual plan. See full details here. Yep. I think that's all we need, except for take away that, why can't I think today? Thank
Bracket?
you very much. Yes. What is that?
Bracket?
Parentheses.
Parentheses?
Thank
No,
you. Hmm? No, it's
no,
not parentheses. What is that?
it's just a bracket.
Anyways, let's continue. You'll also get several bonuses from me when you get started or upgrade with my links. Agency partner program, done for you digital product, done for you software website, one on one business kickoff call, private members community for GHL pros, group coaching calls with Jason, what's working now, and so much more. These bonuses and deals are valid this week only, so act now before it's too late. New customers 50% off first 3 months. Click here. Existing customers upgrading get 3 months free on annual plans. The only thing that I'm not seeing is the normal price. I think that maybe a picture would be good down there at the bottom,
Okay.
like typically $97 a month.
Should I just do these images again?
Yeah, especially since they're clickable,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Can you make images move and shake the way that we can animate buttons in high level?
No, because this is dependent upon the email service that they're using. So if they're using Gmail or Yahoo or whatever, like that would have to be a feature of those. I can do
Okay.
like GIFs and stuff. I'm gonna have to duplicate a few things here
So why did you have to duplicate that?
because I can't drop an image right in between. It has to be a different block, so I
Mm,
can't have all the text there.
interesting. Glad I
Yeah.
asked.
Okay. Almost there.
So if you want to add a picture, you have to create a new block. So you're duplicating those things so that you can add the picture in each for one for new customers and one for existing customers.
Now I just have the text isolated where I want the images to go right underneath it. So we're just, I wonder if I can duplicate these. It's probably the easiest. There you go. So you can see I just hit that little copy button right there. And then I can drag these down,
Is that copy or duplicate?
duplicate. Yeah.
Okay. And then question, since the ones that you duplicated are clickable and
Hmm.
will take them to the link, will these be clickable automatically or do you have to assign the link to them?
Yeah, they should be clickable already. We'll test it obviously, but yeah, it should all be working.
Duplicate and did you cut and paste or you
I'm
drag
just
it?
dragging it down. There might be a way to cut and paste, but that I don't know how to do.
Oh,
But
dragging is pretty easy. So, okay.
okay, almost. Oops. One thing I will advise all of you is just make sure you save very often. It doesn't have an auto save. So just sometimes if you tap the wrong button or something, it could send you out of this and you'll lose a lot of the work you've done. So just make sure you're saving pretty regularly if you're building a long email here. All right, so all that is done. Bam, bam. You can do so many other things with this. We'll talk in the future about the e-commerce ability, and you can have like clickable buttons inside of here to sell your different products and things, and link to the actual page of your e-commerce store built in high level. So all kinds of really cool stuff if you're sending out specials for a customer or for yourself.
Do you want to just add a button to show them?
I don't have a store link to this one, so I wouldn't be able to do it yet.
So
I can
that's
add a
only
button,
yeah.
but if I had products, then I could link the products here. But if I just wanted to throw a button in here, I can do that too and just drag it over and then put your button link there.
Yeah, just to show them.
Hmm. You can do your social profiles. You can, if you have a logo that's saved in here, it'll know, so you don't have to always upload your logo every time. Just little stuff to help you. Video you can drag over. The video won't actually play in here, but it does create like a thumbnail for the video if I wanted to bring that over here. That's a
So
cool thing
then
too.
so if that's the video and you're saying it doesn't play, does that mean like I click on the thumbnail and then it takes me to YouTube or Vimeo?
Yeah, so if
It
I
will take
put
me out
the
of the email.
exactly, yeah. So you'll link the YouTube video, so you just drop the YouTube URL in here, and then it'll make like a clickable thumbnail here. Once you tap on it, then it will bring you to the actual video on YouTube.
Well, we could do that actually. Let's add that video of you talking about the holiday sale.
Okay, cool. So
We're
let
just going to
me,
give this email
yep,
all the holiday bells and whistles.
bam. Then I need to this. I'm
You
just gonna,
created a box for the video.
yeah, I just created same way that I did the images. I just took that. I'm gonna have to remove this. Now, if you give me a second, let me find the YouTube video, and then we'll be able to upload it there. So I have the YouTube
Look at that.
URL there. I pasted it in the URL link here, and then it pulls in the thumbnail. And if you haven't seen this video, it's on our channel right now. It basically goes into more detail of what is included in this holiday sale. I break down each of these a little bit further, but you can see if I drop the URL in here, then it creates a little clickable thumbnail here. And when people click on that, it brings them to our YouTube video, which is really cool. So we get some YouTube traffic and
And
an
we service
explanation of
people who do not like to read,
exactly.
you know?
Yep. Awesome. So I think we're pretty good here. Um,
It's looking good. Is
awesome.
that going to be that small, the text?
No,
Okay,
it's 16 font. We're gonna do a
great.
whole thing to see how big it is.
A
So
test.
save one more time, and then I always like to preview these and just make sure all the links click and work and everything. So up in this top right, it's a little hard to see. There's three little dots. If you hit that, you can do preview template, and it will show you the full email, and you can see it on tablet, you can see it on mobile, so it gives you a perspective of if things are going to be wonky on mobile or anything like that. And all the links will work as well. So if you click on any of these, if we click on it, you can see it will open up our YouTube video right in YouTube.
Very cool.
Um, then holiday new, I just like to make sure the links open where they're supposed to.
Mhm. Always, always check your email. Do a test email, check the template. It's so worth it
Yep.
because once you send that email, unless you catch it within seconds, you cannot unsend it.
Yep. And I've mentioned this on past videos as well. It looks like this is going to work. Um, always make sure that URLs that you're sending out, like we have go.ghl.pro/holiday-upgrade. I know that seems like a lot, but it's just something somebody's clicking. They don't need to memorize it. But the reason I set this link up versus just sending directly to High Level and to my affiliate link there is because if this people click on this in the future, like Juanita was mentioning earlier, people will come to uh, our landing pages months after we sent the email about it. So if I don't have control over where that link is going, then it's going to go to a dead page sometimes. Versus if I have a new special or just a general, sorry you missed it, but you can get this product instead, I wouldn't have any control over that if I didn't control the link that I'm sending out. Does that make sense?
Will you say it again in a different way?
Yeah. If I was sending to gohighlevel.com/Jason Edwards or whatever, that's
Mhm.
on Go High Level's website. So I have no control if they uh, go out of business or whatever happens in the future, which is unlikely. But if they ever did or changed that for some reason, or I decided I didn't want to brand it under Jason Edwards anymore, I wanted to brand it under ABC Company, that link is still baked into the email that I sent out. So somebody comes to it 4 months after I send it, they're going to click on that link and it's going to go to some landing page that I don't control. Versus here, if I control ghl.pro, that's our website. So I can later, if somebody clicks on this and I want to, instead of go to this holiday sale, I want it to go to, sorry you missed it, but here's how to get a free 30-day trial to High Level. I can redirect this link to whatever I want.
I see what you're saying because at first, what I thought you were saying, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I thought you were telling us to pay more attention to what is after the website. So, what is after the forward slash, right? Like holiday upgrade. But what you're saying is you want to make sure that everything that you send out from is always a website that you own that is evergreen, right? Because you can always change what comes after that forward slash, but you don't want it to be sent from a dead website
Right. So this is
or from someone else's website that you can't control.
yeah, this is a forwarding domain. So you notice if we go to the preview again, or this is the preview. If I click on this, you'll see it's go.ghl.pro/holiday upgrade. But if you
Mhm.
look up here, it forwards to app.gohighlevel.com/holiday promos and then our affiliate code here. So it's forwarding over to that. In the future, I could have this forward to any other site that I wanted to, um, just by going and editing where people go when they click this link.
Gotcha.
So it looks like the links are working. So all we have to do now is select the subject line and send it out to our list. So I'm going to hit back and then send or schedule. I can either send now, or I can schedule it for the future, or I can do what's called a batch scheduling, which means like, say you're sending to a million people. You don't want a million emails flooding the system all at once because you're going to have less deliverability in most cases than if you drip them out, like maybe a few hundred at a time or a few thousand at a time. It's just, for whatever reason, that tends to be the problem, tends to be the solution to get more deliverability. Other email experts probably know even more than me about that, but that's just my limited knowledge of it.
Is that just because we tend to think that sending that many emails out is coming from a bot or that you are spamming people?
That's a lot of times the providers, like a Gmail or something. If they get a million emails from you all at once, they're going to see that as a promotion blast. Versus if you're sending a few hundred out, it might land in the actual inbox versus one of the promotion tabs.
And
Yeah.
are we sending a series of emails?
We will in the future. This is just the one we're going to do for this video, and then we'll go in and duplicate that one and make more of those for the next few days.
Okay.
So we'll do a send now for this. Sender email is our at ghl.pro because that's what we have set up with this particular sub account. Sender name, we can do, you can really put anything you want in here. So you want to do Jason and Juanita?
We can, or you can do Jason Edwards.
What would you rather?
It doesn't matter, whatever's smarter.
Let's try this.
Okay, subject line high level holiday sale. Should it be end soon?
Hmm.
Is that too long? I would do sale end soon. High level? No?
How about save?
50%. High level, cheaper than ever. It's great.
So some things you'll notice, and this just comes with testing. Sometimes if you put like sale or half off or things like even this 50%, sometimes it'll land in the promotion box, but sometimes it doesn't. But I think it's a good catchy thing to do. Sometimes I keep them really vague, like hey, or did you see this, or anything like that. Sometimes those land even more, but we'll
Could
test this one to see.
could we just write out half off on high level for a little alliteration fans and to avoid that happening?
Yeah, we'll see. Half
And then
off on that.
I would just use an exclamation mark. It just registers to the eye and soon. No,
Oh,
not there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I would use a few, but just registers to the brain. This is urgent. Half off on high level and soon. It doesn't
yeah.
look as good, does it?
I don't think
Like,
so.
I don't either. But do you think it's more deliverable?
It's hard to tell. I don't know.
Let's do 50% off then. Can you see if your emails are sent to the promotion box?
There's other softwares you can plug into this that'll give you like a likelihood of what will happen, but we don't use any of those right now.
Gotcha. 50% off on high level and soon.
And then I like to put something interesting in this. This is the preview text. So sometimes if you notice like on your phone, if you get an email, you'll see the subject
Mhm.
line, but there'll also be like the leading line right after that. It doesn't
Right.
have to be something that's actually in your email. So I'll do
The biggest sale is crazy. Okay. Would it, or you could say the biggest sale of the year. It won't be cheaper. Biggest sale of the year.
All right. So the next thing is you're just deciding who you're going to send this to. Now, all of the people that are on our list are people that are interested in high level for this particular thing. But if you had a lot of mixed lists, like some people that were interested in product A and some people that were interested in topic B, then you would set up things like smart lists or tags. So you could just be based on people that maybe signed up for a demo call or people that signed up for just one particular thing. But we're going to send it to everyone on our list here.
And what is a smart list? Can you
So
show them that?
I can't show it right now, but I can tell you what it is.
Okay.
A smart list is basically somebody who has multiple of those things. So somebody who was tagged with demo, and they have uh, a certain type of email that is a Gmail user, or they have multiple different factors that go into creating that list.
So, to give you an example, if I were a high level affiliate, I would create a tag, right, for everyone who's a high level affiliate. And then if I were a high level affiliate who attended and paid for a seminar on high level that we offered, then I would tag them on that. And so to create a smart list, I can literally go in and combine tags for people. So if I only want to send this to high level affiliates who attended the webinar or the seminar, then I would tag both of those categories, and only those people with both tags or multiple tags would get the email.
It's exactly right. Great job.
Thanks.
So all we do is for this, we're going to select all of our contacts, which in this case we have 1153. You can also um, do just pick individual people, but again, we're just doing, like, if you just wanted to send it to 5 people that you knew, you could do that. But here we're going to select all of them. And then you can either save for later if you're not quite sure yet, or you can just hit send. So
All
we are
right.
just
When
going to
you
send.
saved it, will it prompt you to schedule?
No, it'll just save it as a draft. If we wanted to
Okay.
schedule it, we could do
That was
that.
up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So we're going to hit send, and this email is going to go out, and then I'll bring you to the actual dashboard so you can see that sending process. You can see bulk action created. So now it's going to go here. And usually, depending on the size of the list, it takes maybe 5 or 10 minutes for this to refresh to where it's sent. And then as you go back in, you can kind of see, we'll look at an older one here, statistics. And you can see how many were sent, how many were skipped. So that could have been for a reason like they um, their email was invalid, or they were on the do not disturb, like do not email me thing. They've unsubscribed from your list. All kinds of different reasons why it would be skipped.
Okay.
If we hit load more statistics, you can get a little more granular with how your emails are doing, how a certain email is doing. So you can see this one got decent amount of opens, but not that many clicks, and 2 people unsubscribed. So it wasn't a great email conversion wise.
What is the difference between soft bounced and hard bounced?
A hard bounce means that it was totally undeliverable, meaning the email was totally incorrect, or some other reason. A soft bounce might have been, I don't know this for sure, but it's probably because I don't think I ever see this, but it may have been that just for whatever reason at that time, that email wasn't deliverable because the system was down or something, but maybe
I
they're
see.
retrying it. I don't know. That somebody else may know better than me on that one. One thing I'll tell you is opened is a little misleading. Sometimes it's incorrect because some email providers, when you send it out, it will automatically kind of soft open the email to kind of scan it. And sometimes that registers as an open. So you'll notice as you start doing this, the same 15 accounts that always open your email but never click, it's likely that they're not actually even opening it, that their email provider is kind of pre scanning the stuff before it lands in their inbox. So just a little nerd stuff there.
That's good to know.
Cool. So we'll refresh. It may not totally be sent yet, but we'll refresh one more time and see if it shows sent. If not, um, just know you'll know where to look. And
Well,
then we'll
y'all
wrap
let
up
us
here.
know if you got our email, please. Please respond that this found you well.
The great thing about this, though, is I've used a lot of other systems, and you have to like, get outside softwares to plug into to the CRM software. Doesn't actually send the emails and all that stuff. So you have like this 5 different logins you have to do and make them all talk to each other. High Level really has everything under one hood, so you can send your emails, you can do your text messaging, you can track all the leads, you can tag them, you can do social media posting. Really, anything that you would want to do to run a business, you can figure out a way to do it inside of High Level, which is why we recommend it so much to not only our clients, but to people as an affiliate.
Absolutely. And so when people respond to these emails, do you find that in the conversations?
Yep. So if somebody were to reply to this, it would go right into my conversation tab, and you would be able to go back and forth one to one with that person. You can see it's totally sent. We'll look and see if we have any opened so far. So it says 6% opened
6%.
and some people clicked. So 11 clicked so far, soft bounce. So we did get some soft bounces here. So we'll figure out what that
Hmm.
is. 8 unsubscribes. That's good. Hard bounced. So we'll just go through and remove a lot of those hard bounces as well. But these numbers will keep going up, and I don't want to show you those 'cause that's people's emails. But you can actually see who opened it and if they clicked on it, and you can follow up with those people individually too.
You know what's great about this happening is when I first started sending out emails to people, you can ask Jason, I was just really nervous about it, like, especially if it's a sales email. But what I will say to you is, I have one, they ask for it, they give you their permission, right? They say, yes, I want this information, I want whatever the lead magnet is, give it to me, and in exchange I will give you my email address because I want to hear from you, right? But then you get a lot of sales emails, right? And you're just like, man, this person is just blasting me. But after a while, I might unsubscribe sometimes because I'm like, this is too much, or I'm just in that mood and I'm annoyed by it that day. But like a year later, 6 months later, I come back across whatever they're offering and I'm ready to learn and I'm ready to move forward. Then I just subscribe again. I get in there again and then might become a customer or a client, right? So the thing that you always just have to remember, and this is just for anyone who is hesitant about this, you see the power in email marketing, but you're also just like, oh, I don't know, it feels a little crunchy. Just remember, do not take this personally. Do not take this personally. It's a business thing. It's a great thing to do if you want to make sales, right? And when you see an unsubscribe, just know it's just a part of the game and it's totally fine. That person doesn't hate you. They just aren't thinking about you anymore, right? And if they do, it's just not a personal thing.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. And what I noticed over the years, because I used to take it personally, you'll get some awful messages. You'll catch people on the wrong day. They'll say all kinds of stuff to you via email or whatever. And it can easily make you shut down and be like, oh man, everybody hates me, you know? But really, what happens is, especially if they've signed up for something of value from you and they've received it, and you don't continue to follow up with those people, if you think, oh, I'm just not going to overwhelm them with emails, I'm just going to send like one email a month or something, by the time they get that second email, they're like, who is this? Unsubscribe. Like, I don't know who this is. Versus if you've been providing value to them and giving them material every week, or you do a weekly newsletter or something like that, at least they're used to getting that in their inbox, and they'll eventually become a fan of what you're sending out, as providing, you're sending them good stuff. So there's a whole art to that whole relationship building over email thing that we're not going to dive deep into on this particular video, but we will in the future, because we're still learning and evolving. And I can definitely sometimes go more on the sales heavy side and not as much on the nurturing side. So, finding that balance is key, but consistency is also key.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you never know. Like, I get so many emails from people that I know. I never signed up for those emails, but I mean, if they sign up, you have an honest email list, they're asking to hear from you and they get to decide when they don't want to hear from you anymore. But until then, just treat them like a friend, just keep on showing up and providing value. And if they're ready and they want to bite, they can. You've given them that opportunity, and a lot of you are offering life-changing opportunities. Like, we can't tell you enough how much high level has changed our lives, and continue to do so. So as long as you feel great about whatever it is that you are delivering, just be excited about it because somebody out there really needs what you have to offer. And the ball is in their court. You're not pressing on them, you're not imposing, you're just making an offer every day. So hopefully you can reframe that and just feel good about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. Obviously, this was about email marketing and about the holiday special, but there's also, if you're watching this after the sale is over, you can get a free 30-day trial. There'll be a link down below to this. It's a free 30-day trial to the top tier plan. And then at any point, you can downgrade if you need to one of the lower plans. But at least this gives you a 30-day trial versus the normal 14-day trial that you would get with any of the lower plans. HighLevel is great about offering extensions on that sometimes too. I can't guarantee it, but sometimes if you're at the 30-day mark and you still need a little more time, reach out to them and sometimes they'll extend that a few weeks as well. So, other than that, any final words, Juanita?
That's it. We're wishing you all a happy holiday.
Awesome. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye, guys.